Hey everyone, it's Jason here at Grand Slam, and we're back with another Grand Slam Weekly Picks. I am recording once again from my laptop, which is not the greatest recording device ever, but we're going to get that fixed very soon. So let's get started. Let's talk about a couple comic books. It's actually a small week for comics overall, but let's start off here with the new Justice League of America. Not to be confused with Justice League, which is still coming out. That's going with the Dark Side War. This is a new book. I believe it's penned and written by Brian Hitch, who's a big name in the comic book industry. This is a super thick comic book. Goes for $5.99. A lot of different covers, lots of different variants, different superhero on each cover. This is the one that's really people have been touting for the new relaunch of DC. So I would definitely check this one out. I haven't read it yet, but I am definitely going to get into it. Just to get a taste of a lot of the stuff that we had come out for DC this week. Just a wide variety of books like Doomed, which is a reference to the whole Superman story arc that was pretty popular last year. Of course, we have Black Canary, which is really cool. This is happening because it's a reference to what was going on in Batgirl, the new Batgirl book, which I'm really big on. I really like that title. Martian Manhunter. I mean, they've tried so many times to have John with a sweet issue title, and they just can never get it to work. So maybe it'll happen this time. I do not know. And of course, Dr. Fate, a fan favorite. I believe he popped up in Flash or Green Arrow this season. So that's a lot of fun. Two more DC books I just want to talk about briefly. Robin, Son of Batman. People love Robin. It's Damian Wayne. This is probably just about him and his adventures, shenanigans. When you read Robin, Son of Batman, it's probably just about Robin. So people are excited. People like Damian. I think this is going to be a pretty popular book. And, of course, another part of the Truth story. This is in Superman, Wonder Woman. On this cover, we have Wonder Woman in her new gear. And, of course, different Superman. So, who knows what's going on in this story? I haven't really been keeping up with it, but I've heard really good things. Good art, good writing. Probably a legendary story that you don't want to miss out on. It's a crossover between a lot of different titles, including, so far it's been Action Comics, Batman, Superman, and Superman, Wonder Woman. So, there you are. That's a lot of DC stuff. As usual, my Marvel I'm going to save for a separate video because I'm just talking about Secret Wars for those. But I got a pop for Miss Marvel as usual. This is the last days of Miss Marvel, so we're kind of entering into, this book is going to continue to run every month all the way through the all-new, all-different Marvel. Obviously, Kamala Khan is going to be featured in the new Avengers team, so we're pretty excited about what's going on here. I love the Miss Marvel comic. It's always a delight to read. We got Alfana back on the art, so I'm really excited. A couple books I want to talk about for the indie side, the image side of things. This is Vertigo, and this is Mad Max Fury Road Furiosa. I actually sold out of the first issue that came out, which was about Immortan Joe and Nux, their origins. If you haven't seen Mad Max, it's really sweet, and this is kind of talking about all the backgrounds of the characters that you didn't really get to learn a lot about in the movie, because the movie's just trying to tell a movie about these characters in that moment. And it doesn't do all this unnecessary stuff, but George Miller, he had written all sorts of extensive backgrounds for all these characters. So I imagine this is more of the origin of Furiosa, which is the Charlize Theron character. So if you want to find out how she lost her arm and all that stuff, hopefully that's going to be in here. How she became an Imperator. I can't wait to read that book. This book is back, Low, by Rick Remender and Rick Ticini. Beautiful art. I can't talk enough about Low in that it is kind of like Fantastic Four. It's basically about people who are optimistic to a fault. And really cool science fiction, beautiful art. A very hopeless story, but there's hope in that world. Empty Zone is a brand new book. Just the reason I chose this, it just has some really cool art. I don't know anything about It's Jason Sean Alexander. Jason and Alexander, it's two of my family's names. This book looks really awesome, so if you want really good art, that's one I would like to point you in the direction of. Alex Nada, this is the final issue. I don't really have too many of these for the shelf here at Grand Slam, but I just want to give a shout out. This has been actually a really good series. 15 issues. maybe that's a little too soon to conclude, but that's kind of how the Luna brothers do things. We'll see what happens. Bad things happened at the end of last issue, so we'll see where this is going. Can't wait to read it. Trade paperback will be out shortly. So that's what came in this week of June 18th, 2015. Not a lot of books overall. Pretty exciting week. There's still 2 more months. There's still 2 more weeks of June, so there's going to be lots of titles coming out. So thanks for tuning in. And once again, I'm Jason at Grand Slam on 1730 West Eisenhower. And we can also check out our store over in Greeley, which is on 11th Avenue and US 34 West. And we're both open 6 days a week. And come check us out. Talk to us about comic books. We'd love to talk comic books. And I will see you in the future.